I was 14 when this game came out? Was that true? That feels old, but I guess I'm just old. You had a friend that everyone thought was 13-year-old boy? He was in the Navy! Okay, I feel like I can start this stream off with a very interesting, slightly embarrassing story, but 3, 2, 1, we begin the run. The runs are gonna go terribly tonight. I was playing awful earlier, but that's fine. It's fine. I just want to get practice in and continue doing runs so that I eventually get better at them. We do not have a go emote. No, you're totally fine, Ash. Also, hi, how you doing? The limit does not exist. Okay, so my whole family genetically had really late coming in and falling out teeth. So when I lost my last baby tooth, I was like 13. 13, 14, something like, I think I was 14. Just like genetics. But I actually didn't lose my last baby tooth. I ripped it out. Because I was at a brunch with my mom and my grandmother, and I was a 14-year-old with a really high pain tolerance, and it was bothering me and making it hard to eat my quesadilla. So, I just, went into the bathroom and was like, yep, and we're handling this. I am so sorry. But anyway, so, I like, was sitting in the bathroom with, like, a paper towel on my face, and I was fine. I was 100% fine. And this woman comes in, and comes up to me, and is like, oh, child in distress! And, it's like, oh my goodness, are you okay? Do you want me to go get your mommy? What, are you 9? And I was like, I'm 14. And she went, oh! And then she left the bathroom. Took me a good couple minutes to notice that she didn't actually use the bathroom or do anything else that you would do in a bathroom. She was so embarrassed that she just left. She just, took a scoot. Bye-bye. Yeah. I think I was 14, because I think I was a freshman in high school. Yup. Wow, most people don't assume I'm 20. Most people assume younger than that. Also, hi, Glovers. But yeah, after that disturbing story, how's everyone doing tonight? I promise I will not tell any more stories that involve, that. Happy 1 year, babe. I'm 20. I'm 27. Is that for when your partner doesn't understand the idea of an anniversary? 22 on the high end? Alright, I'll take it. I could maybe pass for 22. That's very exciting. Oh, it's a vine. Tell you the Taylor series for E to the X instead of stories. I don't think I'm qualified to do that. Are we still singing the YMCA? Apparently Yal's got you. I'm gonna assume that's correct. I'm an English major. Actually, correction, I was a creative writing major. We are the practical application of an English major, and the one that nobody respects. For some reason, we respect it, and we think that you are allowed to be very pompous if you study literary theory, but if you study literary stuff in practice, listen, I feel like we just established last time that we have a lot of math nerds in this chat. But if you want to practice literary stylings, that nobody respects. Nor does that train. That train does not respect me or my life. Just kidding. I like that train. It takes me to New York sometimes. That's the place that takes you. You step into a magical portal and you. Oh. Used the ladies' restroom in public for the first time today. It went super well. Awesome. Honestly, it's the little victories in life. Also, like, I'm sad that we live in a society where it has to be a scary thing to happen for people. Like, man, I don't think I would ever tell someone to leave a bathroom. Except for that woman who thought I was 9. That was an accident. Did I say I'm coming to New York? Possibly. But I'm really glad it was a good experience for you. Cause, like, I do know there are places in the world where people aren't chill. And they really should be. Because... maybe. Sent you a coupon code to apply for their PhD program for free! Are you gonna do it? Also, hi Overkill, how you doing? Hold on. You're now legally obliged to hate Glubbers? Oof. That's harsh. You get that legal obligation just from applying? You don't even have to get accepted? Damn. Also, hi Prism. How you doing? In the old pigskin? Ew. Have they ever considered buying a new one? See, I'm aware that my university had sports games that nobody cared about. The only sport I think that we were good at was women's field hockey, and I never attended one game of anything. The only sport game I attended in college was, while I was on study abroad, we were required to go to a British football match, as part of understanding British culture. We were not allowed to bring in water bottles that had lids because they were a hazard because you could throw them at people. And the most exciting part was during halftime they played Africa by Toto. I'm really not good at sports, y'all. When you were at MSU, they completely rerouted all the buses used to class for football games. Ew! I'm really glad that I went to a small enough campus that I didn't have to, like, take a bus to class. Like, some people, like, drove to class if you really, really wanted to, but you could walk to anywhere on campus. And it was, like, prioritized for that. If there was a car on certain of those roads, it, like, took people by surprise, because the cars were allowed on them, but just, like, why, you weren't allowed on them unless you had, like, permission or whatever. Going to a campus where it's a 15-minute from one corner to the other. Yeah, mine was about a 25-minute walk from one end to the other, I think, which was, honestly, pretty chill. Like, really not bad. Is that accurate? I'm not sure. Pesh would know, but I know some people, like, measured how long it was. A Big Ten university and football was the primary source of income? Oof. Oof. Oh, gosh. That's, like, a true horror story. I'm so sorry, Prism. Yeah, my sibling went to, like, a much, like, more mainstream university, and they had football games and stuff like that, but apparently, they were so bad that they lost money being in, like, I think they technically were Big Ten. I don't remember how it works, because I don't know how sport work. People do sport. People sport, yes. Yeah. We were literally talking about earlier, that my parents did not really think I needed hobbies as a kid. Um, they just kind of were like, yeah, she doesn't do sports, it's fine. And then eventually I did dance. And eventually I hated it, so... Oh, are you kidding me? So eventually I stopped doing dance and I started doing ice skating. Did your gym membership expire? I tried to say gymnast sub and gym membership at the same time and it came out just random sounds. Good job. Good job. I really thought my phone was dead. I don't know if you can hear my phone going off, but I thought it was dead. Go eat dinner and leave stream on. Thank you for the luck. I'm gonna need it. Your college sells shirt that says name of college, undefeated in football since 1967. The joke is that there has never been a football team. That's like my high school, the second high school I went to, because I transferred halfway through. The second high school I went to was a vocational art school, and they didn't have a lot of extracurriculars. You had to like go to your locally districted school if you wanted to do extracurriculars of most kinds. But apparently we were still required on the books to have an official mascot. So I wish I remembered the acronym, but the acronym was something to do, it spelled out beasts. We were the whatever beasts, and it was an acronym for like basically making fun of all of us for being art nerds and that none of us knew how to throw a ball. Because we didn't actually have any teams. We played 0 sports. We had a drama club and we had an on-campus gym, and they did not make you actually play games for most like health classes and fitness classes. They made you just work out in the gym. So, rip. Oh, we flapped together, Zelda. Now will you let me hit your butt? For realsies this time. Alright. You're doing F-Tab proud. Oh, I missed getting to make Zelda spin again. I mean, it would have been, but they didn't really teach us how to use the equipment. They were kind of just like, use it, and I was like, ugh. Hold on. I'll take it. Somebody tried to teach me how to use a machine. Really? Who are they? I want to know cool streamers. Somebody tried to teach me how to use a machine, and turns out it was a machine that put a lot of pressure on your lower back, and I have lower back problems. So, I could not use it. Miss being on campus, but since you have to finance your college education yourself, you're basically relegated to... That sucks. That sucks. I didn't do this because I forgot that I actually got the trick, because it's been a bit since I've gotten the trick on stream. That's okay. We'll accept a tiny bit of time loss. Anno, Jim, and presumably some third streamer. I don't think I personally will ever belong on a list with Anno and Jim, but Anno and Jim are pretty cool people. I'll be real. Okay. Oh, crying. Oh, it's just because, so I'm not cool if I'm not speedrunning Skyward Sword. I'm glad to have the most interesting part, about me as a person be Skyward Sword. I have no idea how you hit Guava during that one. Are you streaming? Are you, Glubbers? You should check on that. Did you accidentally hit stream instead of record again? I don't know if you've actually ever done that. But I would like to point out that I did never fix mine to give me the confirmation box. Not because I want to tempt fate, but because I forget things. I'm a silly. Oh my god. Come back. Come back. Friend. No, I do not want to drop. Guava? Guava? Oh, you're up here. Okay. You forgot to stop stream after a raid? I think there's been a couple of times because I usually leave stream running for like a hot second after a raid. There's been a couple of times if you didn't follow the raid, that was okay for an ending. You probably heard me like talking to experts on keep talking for a few seconds. You left it on all night? I missed that part. That one I've never done. I think the maximum time I've ever left it running was like 3 minutes or something like that, and it's like never been something like it's never been something bad, right? I did have one time where somebody told me that they thought that they communicated it correctly. Somebody told me that they were going to teach me Splatoon and that they might stream Splatoon later, and thought that I'd piece it together that they were going to stream teaching me Splatoon. And so we were live for like a half hour and I was just like talking about random BS, and I was like, I probably wouldn't have talked about some of those topics if I knew I was live. Alright, I'll be a presentable person again. I think that's 12. And drop. I take too much time to even out. I like double guess. Second guess. Brain, are you doing okay? Listen, today's been a long day. Today's been a long day. I had to break my swear that I wouldn't go back to CVS because I had to go back to CVS. Because apparently there's nowhere else you can buy a toothbrush head. And there we go. I'll do it on the start of, or I'll do it on actual fade out. Because we're, oh, that camera change would probably be a better place to do it. But, whoop. But kind of similar, back before the times of Discord, there was a platform where you could deafen and it'd auto-deafen you, but then you could unmute and remain deafened. Ooh, no. That's scary. So, my car is like secondhand, and, it was, like, when I got it, my parents were like, we will only let you have a car if, you get, like, the alterations made to have, like, an on-screen GPS type of system, because they didn't want me looking at my phone while driving. Like, I would look at my phone while driving. I'm the most anxious driver. But, so I have that, and I swear that, like, cause sometimes I hook it up to, like, a Discord call or my phone or something to do a phone call. I have, like, a constant anxiety that if I'm just, like, singing to myself in my car or something, that Discord will be, like, will accidentally put me in a call. It's completely irrational. But I feel like Discord is going to put me in a call, and then people are going to hear me. Like, no, everybody's gotta know what I sound like when I sing in the car. Which also, coincidentally, is Sometimes Africa by Toto. Okay. Yeah! It all came full circle. We're back to Africa. Yeah. Africa by Toto is the most important relic of man. Just letting you know. I didn't even out enough. After saying I spent too long evening out, I didn't spend enough time evening out. But I think I'm on track anyway. Everything's fine. I'm too high. Get low, man. Please. There we go. Got an armed mic pointed at you. Yeah, because there is like just a microphone in my car. I just like, it's weird because I don't mind that I'm dumb and I don't have like a cover for my webcam. My webcam is just always uncovered. And I don't mind, like, if I have OBS open or something, I'll just leave my webcam running and I do not care. But a microphone is for some reason different. There we go. I'm trying to learn to do this correctly. There we go. That's much more like it. Also, hey Rosas! Hey Corpser! The neighboring dorm ruined that song for you by playing it for hours on end during Move It. Why? Don't ruin Africa by Toto. I love that song. How are y'all doing tonight? I've distracted you enough. I can't read the rest of that message. I'm assuming that's what that said. But enjoy your math. I will attempt to do the speedy runs. And we're gonna see what happens. Oh, enjoy your crying. Are we crying? I'm so sorry. Date with Taylor. Okay, let's do it safe. A math date? Yeah. Don't you ever just go on a first date with someone and just start reciting pi? Can you tell that I have never been good at dating? I don't know why I thought I hit file 2. I know it's not what that says, okay? Okay, what's the nerdiest way you can start a date? It could be romantic or platonic. It could be a play date for adults. It could be a play date for children. I don't know. What is the nerdiest way you could start an interaction with someone? Hey, Tempestral, how you doing? We're doing the speedy runs. Or attempting to. I don't want to curse it because chances are, whether this run fails or succeeds, I will be doing at least one more run tonight of the beginning at the very least. But really? I haven't missed Wings Are My cutscene skipped yet today? Okay, hold on. Back, 3, wait. Is your name Glucose? Because you are very sweet. Oh, that's a science joke. That's a cute. There we go. The missile knows where it is. It knows at all times. Because it knows where it isn't. Oh, what? How historically has that gone for you, Tempestral? I know, whose quote is that? Also, do I know where I am if I know where I'm not? I'm not in... I am neither in Connecticut, Japan, nor an active tornado. Does that tell me where I am? Excuse me. Thank you. Oh, I'm missing out? Okay. My favorite flavor. Wait, did somebody say explain SRM? Yes, thank you, Glovers. Do explain SRM to your date. Oh no, now it paused chat because I had to see the SRM joke and I missed. There we go. Okay. Our love is like defining by 0. You can't define it. Oh, thank God. That was closer than I wanted it to be. Okay. This is going smoother than it should be, and I don't know how to feel about it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My anxiety thanks you for dying. The missile knows where it is wait, what is it? Is it a meme? Oh, I jumped in the void. If you can calculate a deviation of error from where you aren't versus where you weren't. Ah, I hit it. I was like, I definitely sped through that and missed again. Okay, it's a funny video. All right, good. Somebody please post it in the Discord so I can look at it later now. I was thinking of, like, I was one time on a date with someone and they just quoted at me, because I'm terrible, and sometimes I'll just look at people and I'll be like, say something interesting. I don't know, just tell me a thought. This is a thing I've done in multiple relationships, and they just quoted at me the entirety of, like, the poem about, like, the mighty statues turned to sand in the desert or whatever it is, and I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that one. Can I? Yes, we're good. Okay, a training video, not a propaganda film. Well, that's the idea, right? I jumped in a hole. That's the idea, though, is that I do just kind of sometimes, like, if I spend enough time with a person, I'm like, I just want to know an out-of-context thought. Just a thing. It doesn't need to be a good thought. It can be a shower thought. Oh. Perfect. Thank you, Tempestral. But, like, it doesn't need to be a good thought, just a thought. Cause, like, if somebody did the same thing to me, like, I don't know, your answers probably would wind up being like, oh, I probably could have jumped there. Whatever writing topic is on my mind that day, or something speedrun. It's like I'm not expecting quality. Also, H. That's my current thought. H time. I mean, we can still save time here. It wasn't a great considered split, but we can still save time. Okay, I have a question for y'all, though. Actually, hold on. I have a question for y'all. After I focus on the fight. Because otherwise that happens. It's fine. It worked. See, that's a great thought. There we go. You're gonna teleport? Oh, why you hop? What? And you hopping some more? That's the one I don't like, but we're good. I would not like this. I just don't want darts, man. There we go. There we go. Not saving a ton of time, but definitely saving some. Gets up to go check, and it was, I saved another over 3 seconds in the Wind Waker. I think I saw somebody tweet the other day, Glubbers, about time save I think you found, and I was like, oh, hey, neat. Hey, Chemix, how you doing? Thank you for the luck, I'm gonna need it. And yes, show me your glowy door. I forget how long these cutscenes are. Like, I could go get an entire second cup of tea. I forgot to split at the right time. I thought it was time save you found. I'd have to go find it again because I don't remember. It's probably still on my Twitter timeline though, because I don't follow that many people. For the longest time, I followed exactly 69 people, and I stopped doing that, and I stopped unfollowing people to make it stay at 69 because it was dumb. Yeah, it was a dumb endeavor. It was a silly thing I did. Okay, we're gonna do the thing. I have to click through this first. Yes, you speak lovely words. Thank you, thank you. The Wii is lovely. The Wii has only had one issue, I think. Which is, last time it got really desynced on my, motion controls at one point, and I just had to reboot it. Other than that, it's been working really well since I got it actually hooked up. I did have to bring it back to the store and have something worked out on it, but it turns out it was just settings, so it worked real well. And now I can have multiple things on all of my SD cards instead of just one, which is pretty exciting. Because they all have English files and also Japanese files. We're doing scripted bonk. Scripted bonk. I know how to do things. Bonk! That didn't bonk. Thank you. Thank you for bonking. Bonks are very important. Like they legitimately are. Without them, the world would not go round. Okay, but so I have a question. Because I want other people's opinion on this. That, I was like, remembering this with my mom earlier, that, so I'm on hiatus from a creative writing master's degree right now. It was like a lecture, that it was like a video lecture that I had to sit through, and then we had like a discussion group after it, and it was about writing stories in an urban environment. And I was like, oh, that's great. That'll be great, because I am currently writing a story that's based on Scandinavian cities. That is urban fantasy, which is where the environment is so important that it essentially becomes a character. And I've never lived in a city for very long. So, like, this'll be a great, helpful class for me. The entire lecture assumed that you were writing from the point of view of children. And was talking about, like, what you see when you walk to school. And I'm like, my main character owns a motorcycle. And I had this, like, complete and utter disconnect, and I brought it up with the professor, and she, like, looked at me and she was like, what do you mean? Because it was stuff like, you should know who all of your characters' neighbors are in their apartment building. And I was like, why would anyone know that? Why would I know who all of my neighbors are? And she was like, oh, don't your neighbors know who you are? And I'm like, no, they definitely do not. And like, to this day, I'm like, am I just too, like, did I grow up too privileged in suburbia that, like, is it a normal thing to know who your neighbors are? I don't understand. Yeah, I generally like, because we did used to have a lot of, like, very specific lecture topics, and I did generally like them, but that one was, not helpful. It also was, like, dedicated entirely to writing realistic fiction, which a lot of like creative writing classes are, which is gross because they assume that if you can write realistic fiction, you can write fantasy, even though they have completely different like rule sets and like structures in some ways. But like it was entirely based around writing realistic fiction. So it was like the teacher was like encouraging us to just, okay, so what city do you want it to take place in? So first write down the name of the city, now put it in Google Maps, and go find a comparable neighborhood. And I'm like, that one's not gonna work for me, my friend. You avoid your neighbors like the plague? Exactly. I don't avoid my neighbors, it's just like, I don't see them. Ever. I saw my, like, one of my neighbors recently moved out. I saw them like 3 times. They wave at you if you're walking past while they're gardening. And one of them has far too many cars. Ah, interesting. I was like, yeah, when I lived in a dorm, everybody just knew the one person who lived down the hall who walked around with a hookah. That was pretty memorable. And here, what can I tell you about my neighbors? One of my neighbors has a kid who's in high school band. And that's all I know. They've just got a lawn sign. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. There we go. You can hear their instrument. No, they just have like a thing that's like shout outs to such and such in the high school band. Oh, like sing on their lawn. I'm really glad I can't hear them because I think they play some sort of like brass instrument. That would be really loud. That would have to be so loud. Like, I would not like that. Know your character's neighbor seems useful for only world building purposes. Exactly, yeah. They were like telling me to know what bodega was on every corner. And I was like, okay, but if she drives like 12 blocks to go to work because she owns a vehicle, like, why would I want to know what bodega is on 12 different corners? Like, how does it help me to have 12 bodegas? Obviously that's an exaggeration, but like, I'd say still stands that knowing about 12 different businesses would not help me. Okay. Whee! We're doing this the safe way, apparently. And bonking. Love it. Apparently I chickened out. Does it mess bit up if you get the bomb back? So I don't 100% quote me on this, but I don't think it messes bit up in any way. You just can't access it. Because for whatever reason, you can't access your army of bodegas. You can't access your, like, actual, like, gear menu, for, like, dungeon items, unless you get the slingshot. So, to my knowledge, I don't think it would mess bit up, but you wouldn't actually be able to use a bomb from having the bomb bag, so it's like useless, even if it were faster. Yeah, it's weird. I think, from my understanding at least, like, people can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, the internal memory treats the gear screen, like it itself is an item that you pick up when you pick up the slingshot. If I'm correct, I think that is the case. Which is hilarious and nonsensical. But is why this run is not only itemless because it's cool that way, but it is... Ooh! Oh, faster text. It is itemless because if we skip slingshot, we gotta skip everything else. Please don't, keese. I asked you nicely. Okay. Lovely. Yeah, but the other thing we were talking about was like, my mom was like, oh, well, I can see kind of how that's relevant for kids. Because like, if you're a kid, really, you look up all the time when you're walking places, and like, that's how you perceive the world. And I was like, well, there was nothing walkable to me when I was a kid. Like, you could not get anywhere other than a flower store and a antiques dealer by foot. So like, my experience of being a child, no? Okay, well, we're losing time. That's okay. My experience of like being a child was that you get in a car, and a car is a magical teleportation device that takes you to another pocket dimension, and this pocket dimension is Stop and Shop, and this pocket dimension is school, and this pocket dimension is like, you know, dance class, like wherever you need to go. I'm not bidding here. Why did I like move to bid? That was risky. I shouldn't have gone for that one. 12 different bodegas within walking range sounds kind of amazing. Depends how much you like bodegas. Yeah, it's really like the difference between The Sims 3 and The Sims 4. Can we stop, keese? I'd really like to see. Yeah, that, oh, I don't have to do that. The Sims 3 would like load the entire map at once, and you could actually like travel to things, and then The Sims 4 is just like, and now you go through a magical loading zone, and now you're at the gym. Aren't you excited? Go be at the gym. Your sim really want to work out or something? Please. Archibald, I hate you. Archibald, I hate you. Archibald, I refuse to practice positivity right now. Thank you. There we go. At the gym to watch some Zelda runs. Uh-huh. Maybe not at that location. Either that or to do some Pokemon battles. I hear that's very popular now, too. We might still be ahead, and that's sad. Yup. And also... Oh, you have to hit me. Please hit me. Good to know. Hit me one more time. A skyward stab does not damage a lizard. That was way off. There we go. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. He's trying to hit me. If you hit me... Okay! I'm gonna cry. Still have no sense of how to get between places without looking at a map. Yeah, I'm bad about that. Yeah, I'm really sad. Why not take a dip in the spicy floor? This run was going great. I love the spicy floor. The spicy floor is fantastic. It's my favorite flavor. But I like leave Google Maps on, like, even if I'm driving 5 minutes down the street, because it's like a comfort thing of knowing that, like, if a road is closed, no matter how far from home it is, like, Google Maps will tell me how to not get lost, you know? Alright, that split was terrible. Absolutely awful, but you know what? Don't press A. Don't press A. I just saw build tunnels between bubbles. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I forgot to do the little crossing the wires thing, because for that you're holding the Wii remote to the left, but you're holding the nunchuck stick to the right. But you don't want to be selecting the right option. Also, hi Renegade, how's it going? I love Jake CSR, I hope he PBs. I don't know him, but I still hope he PBs. I assume he is a pretty cool dude. And we want everybody to PB, right? I want everyone to meet their full potential. But Glubbers doesn't. Excuse me.
Yeah?
One more. There we go. If I had to choose between Orange Fanta and Dr. Pepper, what would I choose? I would probably choose Dr. Pepper, just because I feel like a lot of sodas that are like fruit flavored just taste like sugar. But I'm also really not a soda person. But like Dr. Pepper's okay. Like I'll have it once every like 5 years. I feel like that's about the correct frequency for me for Dr. Pepper. But fun story. This was not when I lived in England. I knew better by the time I lived in England, but when I was in high school, my family took a trip to England, and it turns out, well, first of all, for some reason, whenever I travel, I just really want lemonade. I don't know why. I just really want lemonade. But it turns out that in England, if you ask for a lemonade, you will almost always get a Sprite. You'll get like lemon soda. And so we were traveling and I kept like, we'd go places and I'd ask for a lemonade and they gave me lemon soda. And like the first couple times it was like, oh, well, maybe we have too American of an accent. Maybe we have too American of an accent, and it's like, you know, this person seems to be some kind of European, can't tell what their first language is. Maybe they misunderstood. It's probably on us. Then it happened like 3 or 4 times, and we were like, okay, so something's up. Why do they keep giving me Sprite? But yeah, apparently if you order like a fresh squeezed lemonade in England, you get actual like what the rest of the world calls lemonade. Apparently some other places call Sprite lemonade as well, which is weird. Switch to seltzer water and every soda is way too sweet for you now. Yeah, I also like seltzer. I know, oh, also D. Seltzer's very hit or miss with people. It's like, do you like seltzer, or do you think seltzer is absolute sin and you never want to taste it again? But I like grew up on seltzer, so everyone around you calls it pop. I'm so sorry. I know, isn't that a Midwestern thing that people call seltzer pop? Seltzer's trash. And I feel like it proves my point that the two responses were trash or the best shit. That's all you get. Yeah, like, I never really grew up on soda, and I don't really think it's true that if, like, you deprive your kids of soda, they're gonna, like, crave it or whatever later in life. No, I don't crave it. Also, hi F-Tab! Hi Osborne! Yeah, that keese. How y'all doing? It didn't go well. Yeah, it kinda does. That was like a thing that I think my parents were told though, because they didn't give us a lot of sugar, because my parents were kind of health nuts. Alright. Aggressively Midwestern. I'm gonna focus a little bit, because I don't want to lose much time. And this run isn't great, but it's not terrible. It didn't give the full hit for the Skyward and the things. Excuse me, throw the bomb. That'll work. The Skyward the things. Okay. Good, we're on track. Okay, please step on me. Thank you, thank you. I love it when you do that. I promise I'll never say that one again. Up, down. What? Okay. Okay. Please don't soft lock. I'm gonna need you to not soft lock, please. And I never understand. Up, down. He didn't soft lock. You saw this infographic about how much sugar is in a Coca-Cola versus a donut. TLDR, eat as many donuts as you want. That might not be the expected outcome, but I do know that a common thing for people to compare to on stuff like that is a donut, because donuts have less sugar than our culture seems to think that they do. Which is interesting. Also, hi Root Origin, how you doing? That Scaldera was interesting. I don't know why he ran away, but he did, and it was really rude. I didn't bonk. It was the best because of the text speed. It was best because the text speed. I was like, that was terrible. I've done better Scalderas before. Not with this text speed, I haven't. Welcome to Japanese. Osborne, did you see the interesting image I made? So I haven't uploaded the video of the race of me versus Variety, but I do have it. Variety was like, all right, it can only go on YouTube if you clickbait the hell out of it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got you. And I made 2 possible thumbnails for it. One of which is footage from the actual run of both of us on Scaldera, but each link is looking in a different direction, so they're looking at each other and they're like talking to each other. And then the other one is HD Link looking at SD Link and considering giving him a kissy, which was the most cursed thing I've ever made. Hope everyone else is doing all right. It's been an interesting day, but I think I'm doing pretty all right. This run is going better than it was supposed to, so that's cool. Like, PBing is supposed to be free right now, right? Right? Because of tech speed? So, right? Rubik's, your sister sounds lovely. From the little I've heard, your sister sounds lovely, and like they are on the right track. Getting some McDonald's for you because you're sick and feel like crap, that's also lovely. I didn't get to read that because it was a paragraph, and sometimes my brains don't work. My brains? I have multiple? I barely have one. McDonald's is the way I go sometimes. Yeah, it's like, when I have the worst possible day, my sibling is like, and we're ordering Taco Bell. Like, you never have it otherwise. Alright. Did that not play the audio? Interesting. I'm gonna assume I did it right. Yeah, I do hope you feel better soon, though. You should also invest in some tea, if you're a tea person. What do you drink if you're sick, if you're not a tea person? Because I know not everyone are tea people. I also almost always would prefer coffee to tea, but, oops, water. See, that's the healthy choice. Hey, Guava! Bye, Guava! Broth? Yeah, I would say I would do that as well. I would drink, like, if I'm not feeling well and I don't feel like I can eat food, I will drink a lot of miso. I don't know why, like, I feel like I have to be careful on this one because it's a bird, but I don't. I'll get there. Oh my gosh, they gave birth a week ago? Happy birthday to your new niece or nephew? Or new niece, I suppose. You said girl. So, in other news, yesterday, Pesh came to visit and we went to, the, like, mall near here. And we went to a Hot Topic and I bought a dumb skirt. But I went into the fitting room to try it on, and Pesh and I like to joke that we definitely look like a gay couple when we're together. Because we both look different brands of very, cliche gay. She's your colorful gay, and I am your goth gay. Yes, I am very sorry, I sometimes forget. But yes, it is, you're colorful gay, and I am your goth gay. I'm running the wrong direction. No, I'm not. I know what I'm doing. Brain, you're okay. But so we're standing, like, I was in the changing room, and a person came up to Pesh, and, I could hear, as I was, like, closing the door, them, say to Pesh, you can just wait for them out here. And I was like, huh, you know that your clientele for this store overlaps heavily with, queer communities when, somebody sees me and my excessive makeup and goes, yep, that's probably a they. It doesn't happen that often. I'm like, oh, good for you, Hot Topic in New Jersey. We also were observing the fact that, did I just run through a boulder? Yeah, you can do that. So I'm very far out of bounds right now. I'm trying to actually get back in bounds. What you do here in this whole nonsensical segment that doesn't make a ton of sense is the first thing we do is a bit warp, where it warps us to the coordinates that I was standing in front of that statue at, but on the wrong map. So it warped me to some coordinates that are very far out of bounds, and then I have to find back in bounds so I can actually progress. And then get to a save statue over here so that I have a save point. Oopsies. That was not great. But a lot of stuff isn't quite solid because, oops, it's not supposed to be there. You have a pet cactus? Well, I'm gonna go meet a cute cactus. Also, more gay splits. We love that. This is my cute cactus. Does your pet cactus have a name? Y'all, should the cactus have a name? Unnecessary bonks. We do love some gay splits. Is Shelby? Aww. Also some ace splits. I wish I could have more colors. Demi flag, yeah. You know what we can do? We can add a demi flag. Like, I feel like enough of this community is ace spec that it makes sense. But yeah, so I have now saved over there. My file is where it's supposed to be. So now I'm going to go set some values to be true. I almost got the trick that time, but I didn't go for it because I'm a coward. And in order to set those values to be true, I do some RBM magic. RBM magic is redundant. I do some reverse bit magic. I don't know what value rock RBM sets. I honestly have no clue. It's over here. I still need to make a gay split emote, which might be a follower emote. I'm not quite sure. I have emote slots to spend right now, and not enough time to draw emotes. You speedrun finding a game called Five Nights at Freddy's, and you are shit at it because you hate getting jump scared. Mood? I'm like not a person who plays a lot of horror games because like I don't really find enjoyment in being jump scared, but I find like what scares people to be kind of fascinating. Golders but gay. I love it. So that's rock RBM. It sets something. It sets a flag. One of them. Now we do Machi RBM, which I think spawns in the minecart or something? Does anybody actually enjoy jump scares? Also, hi Dino, how you doing? Should you link it? Go for it. Go for them linkies. Oh, I need to do that, and that, and that, and then that, and then that. There's a lot of file shuffling that happens. So a lot of the file shuffling gets like more or less streamlined by the fact that I can back out to the splash screen. When I back out to the splash screen, I scream. Apparently the splash screen is also a jump scare. But when I back out to the splash screen with the title on it, whenever I press A next, it'll set my file to file 3. So that kind of streamlines some of the file shenanigans, but that does mean that actually clicking on, like, going back to the title screen and clicking through it at certain times is mandatory. It's not just me juggling files silly, which is honestly really funny. As a general, wait, what was that in answer to? Oh, in answer to jump scares. Got you. Why did I do that? I don't need to jump there. I just didn't do the trick. Sometimes brain don't work. Yeah, I feel like there's been some times where, like, essentially, I don't think I got jump scared per se, but, like, something surprising happens and it's, like, a funny moment, but I feel like doing that in terms of, like, a horror game would kind of take the enjoyment out of that memory to me of, like, ah, ha, 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 you got me, because it's a horror game. It's supposed to get you. Like, you don't get a pat on the back for that to me. Alright, everybody ready for Machi? No. I don't know if that makes a difference, but we're gonna be careful anyway. Also fix my calibration. Yes, so when I click on different files, it's loading in select flags from those different files. So that's why I click back and forth between different files so much. There we go. Is that I'm actually, like, changing certain things about the map. So that log had stuff, like, code written for it to be shown on one of my files, but not all of them. So when I changed my file, it went, oh, there's supposed to be a log there, and then it slapped a log there. Also, hi, Korax! How you doing? Cactus. This is the most gay run you've seen. It's not as gay as, like, my second ever run. My second ever run was probably the most gay run I'll ever have. Until I move on to another category, and then my second ever run on that will be the most gay run I have. There's gay in this run? There's gay everywhere if there's gay in your heart. I did not get to see the emote. I will have to look at it after the run, because I kind of don't want to kill this run. It's kind of going okay. So now I'm going to go out of bounds again. So I hope you liked seeing me clip through stuff, because things are going to get janky. The run is not perfect, but I'll take it. Because I've been playing like trash today. We're gonna see what happens when we get to G3 escape, but this is the first run of the day, legitimately, and seems to be going not terribly. But I do have like 2+ minutes of free time save because I switched from English to Japanese, which saves like 2 minutes. I also have plenty of free time save elsewhere in my PB just because I'm bad at speedrunning. Okay. So we're gonna do some hoppies. This is definitely a consistent setup and not just random. Totally consistent. Oh, I jumped into the void. That will happen consistently. Boop. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, Link, please do the thing. Nope. When we're in Skyloft, we're on the title screen. So that, like, I'm running around on the title screen. There we go. That's what jank jump is supposed to look like. I don't know why it works. I wish I did. But yeah, basically the way Back in Time works is that you are telling the game to respawn Link and then interrupting all other commands that would happen when you respawn Link. So it respawns Link on the version of the Skyloft map that is supposed to be the like stunning panorama from the like title screen background. That'll work. That was a good break slide. Jank's jump works because it jank, yeah. So it will always spawn you in on Skyloft. And you can actually only get to Farron in Bit, I believe, because, again, somebody more knowledgeable can correct me if I'm wrong. But what I think is the case is that the game is pre-scripted to a certain degree to prevent sequence breaking. Lol. That no matter what pillar you fall into first of like the pillars of light, it will become Farron. It'll drop you into Farron so that you have to do Farron first. So even if we could, and we can, like put the code on our file to say like, hey, we have other pillars unlocked. If you could just drop into one directly, it will still take you to Farron if you haven't already been to Farron. So that's why to do the Eldin out of bounds, we have to go to Farron and then leave Farron and then go to Eldin. But I think no matter what, if you like land in Eldin, it crashes. That might not be 100% true. There might be some way to get to Eldin. I don't think so. Okay, I have done the minecart. So we have placed a minecart. Huzzah. Oh, I did not see the question. I'm so sorry. But yeah, there is an any percent no bit category, which is much more normal tricks. Much less messing with the back-end code. But I like the insanity. I like this run. So now we're just going to oops, I forgot to do that. Do one more Back in Time because we're just telling the game real quick that we definitely saved the Thunder Dragon. Definitely. The run is going okay. Definitively kind of okay. But that's okay. That is alright. Zelda forgot my name again because we're in Bit and Zelda doesn't like my name. Zelda doesn't like my uwus, and I'm gonna need her to fix that problematic behavior. How did I get off? See, I kind of want to learn to do like AD or hundo just because I want to learn to do the long skydive segment because I feel like it would make me a lot better at skydiving. That is not a reason to just learn AD or hundo. Hi, Glovers, I summoned you. But Zelda's anti-uwu? Yeah. Sounds like a personal problem? Yeah, it is. But I've said before that the alluring thing about all dungeons in this game to me is that you do unique bit interactions that you don't do in other categories. That wasn't for bonking, you just want to drive your head into a wall, but please don't do that. Why would you want to drive your head into a wall? Also, for some reason, for some flags, like some pieces of memory, it won't update the map immediately. I don't know why, because I'm dumb. So when we kill ourselves in Back in Time, it is because we are just reloading the map. so that'll force it to make the update we wanted. I believe both times we do it, it is literally just for a vine. But you always gotta do it for a vine, right? That's important. I know there was like some proposed thing of like you can do other tricks that cause a map reload, but like it did not work in this context. Hold on, I need to actually do the trick and then I can read that. So file 1, skip. Wait, and whoop. You bought Skyward Sword HD on sale to play casually because of watching these runs? Hell yeah! We have spawned Phi. I never know where to split on break slides, so I'm just gonna not right now. But hell yeah, like Skyward Sword is genuinely, like, I do think a fun game. It's a fun casual experience too. I also would say that one thing that like makes a difference to me, and like was a reason why I enjoyed playing Skyward Sword HD casually more, was that I already was familiar with some of the speedrun stuff, and like gamifying stamina management was really fun to me. It's still fun to me, of like trying to get the most out of the stamina wheel, and kind of added a fun element to a mechanic that was wildly unpopular when it came out. But I do think like Skyward Sword's a really pretty game. Like the art style is really consistent, and outside of a couple of bosses that won't be named, does a really good job at like looking pretty, and has amazing music and like a fun story. It's one of the few games that's like makes me care about the story by force. Also, we're gonna do G3 escape. I kicked a bag. Everything's fine. I didn't get to practice this, so it might go poorly. Like, I think it's really fun because it, like, adds some amount of depth to the movement. Of, like, what we generally do in the speedrun is that the final quarter of your health degrades at half the speed of the rest. Ooh, hopefully that was okay. So, like, we just use and abuse the- ooh, that was bad. That was bad. I'm really far away. I might be able to fix it, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. Probably not. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna actually focus though. Okay. I think that was about as good as that was going to go. I should be over here. Oh, excuse me! No, everything is wrong. Link just did not want to turn around. No. No. Well, we're gonna finish the run anyway, and then try another one, because this one went fine up until that. This is why I wanted to practice G3 escape today, but my, like, practice runs were going horribly. It's fine. Yeah, Pokemon Red and Blue are broken. Well, I mean, if you want even more broken, don't you go to the Japanese versions, which is Pokemon Red and Green, I think. Oh my god! He bought me in the face. The sub-second? Wait. Wait. Is that a thing? 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be good enough. You can very easily BLJ up big mountains in the new Pokemon. I have seen some of that, which is very funny. I want to go the other direction, actually. Oh my god, why is it being like this? Why? So BLJ is a term from Mario 64 runs. It's not exactly a BLJ to my knowledge, but a BLJ is a backwards long jump. And essentially what you do is you jump backwards and do a long jump, and the game doesn't quite respond correctly if you do it fast. People have been calling it a BLJ because it looks kind of similar in mechanic. It's not a BLJ, but like, you know, it's cute to call it a BLJ. This is a terrible G3 escape. I'm so sad. That's fine. Yeah, it's one of those classic, they capped how fast you can move in positive directions, but not in negative directions, which is the same thing that brings you the super swim in the Wind Waker, which is my personal favorite way to go backwards. That should be good. Yeah, you just back that ass up forever. And then you go up the stairs. 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do it. Terrible, but okay. And I actually will split this time. It's telling me that's a gay split, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not. It's just because I sometimes forget to split there. If I somehow managed to PB with that bad of a G3 escape, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be so upset with myself. There we go. Walls aren't real. Darn it. Yeah, there's like the endless staircase that you're not supposed to be able to go up. But if you build up enough speed, it just kind of breaks it. I absolutely love that the wall is just not real there. Excuse me, there we go. I was only a little bit off from the direct roll. Okay, now don't die during G3.2. He never looks like he's going to actually fall out of bounds there, or back in bounds, I suppose. I have been lining this up wrong. There we go. But he always does. Which I'm so grateful for. Okay. Nope. Okay. It saved my A input for some reason. There we go. Please? That was very silly. Okay. Okay. We didn't stop log. Floors are extra real. Sometimes they are. Sometimes that floor just leaves without you and you're like, oh, oh. Yeah, I think somebody said it was the movement speed of the platform. Oh, come on. That's one. I don't actually know how many this fight takes. That's two. We're gonna count. Even though I'm a speedrunner. Excuse me. That's three. Please don't lick your sword. It's not sanitary. That's four. Oh, gross. He's being not so kind. Okay. I think that's five. Speedrunners can't count. Gotta do the double poke. That's six. If the last one was five, that is. That's seven. That's a waste of time. That's eight. Jesus, this really is a marathon. Okay, stop. There we go. It takes 9 cycles if you can't do the stun lock. Jesus. Oh. This phase is just way more fun. In terms of, like... Oh my god. What?! Nobody questioned that. Everything's fine. Sometimes the safest place to be is in your opponent's hitbox. I'm sure that's true in real life too. Maybe not. Excuse me? Got too close. Input. Everything's fine. And... okay. For sure, one YBA weren't near anyone with a sword, no matter how hot they were. I mean, but it depends on the how cool their sword is. Girahim's sword is kind of cool. Demise's sword is stupid. Yeah, it's really hard without the stun lock, and I just don't know how to do the input for the stun lock. phase 1 done. Somebody teach me how to do this stun lock. Please. It didn't let me. There we go. It's the dumbest PB! Are we sure that's a PB? Wasted so much time on G3's game. Hi, Abby. Thanks for the GG. Demise died. Who cares? Oh, new PB, I guess.